Hey, brother. Our mother just came to our house saying that she was kicked out of her house by you and your wife. She came to me for help. Just what do you think you're doing?
Oh, hello, Matea. It's been a while since we last talked. But you don't even greet me and immediately just start giving me compliments?
It is not the time for greetings. We need to get straight to the point here. I'm asking you, what the hell do you think you're doing kicking Mom out of her own home? Mom is the owner of that house, right? Not you.
What? What are you talking about? I'm the owner of this house, not Mom. I'm the supporter of this family, so I can decide who lives here and who doesn't. And I decided that my wife could live with me, but not my mom.
What are you talking about? That house used to be Mom's parents' house, so it's only natural for her to continue living there. I don't care if you're the supporter of the family or whatever.
I'm the pillar of this house. I inherited this house from our father who passed away, and Mother is just a parasite that doesn't even have a job.
Huh? What in the world gave you that idea? That house has belonged to Mom ever since her parents passed away, not Dad, and certainly not you. Besides, what are you talking about when you say Mom's unemployed?
I mean, she quit her job when she was 46 because she was feeling ill, right? She's been a housewife ever since and never got another job. I mean, she says she does actually have a job, but she just stays in her room whenever she's not doing housework. Apparently, it's still a few years until she's able to receive her pension, but it looks like she has no intention of working, which means that she has zero income, i.e., she's unemployed. That means that she can't get by without relying on my salary, right? My wife is saying that she doesn't want to be bullied by my mom anymore as well, which means I have no choice but to kick her out.
Still, what are you thinking, suddenly kicking her out without even letting her prepare first? All she has was her phone and wallet when she got here. A lot of her stuff is still in that house, right?
If that's what you're worried about, then don't worry. Because we're going to be throwing her stuff away the next garbage day. Her stuff is just going to take up space here.
What? You can't just throw away Mom's stuff.
But actually, I can since I'm the supporter of his family. You see, I'm planning on making Mom's room my hobby room. I'm going to immediately throw away anything that I think is a nuisance.
Don't. I'll come and take her stuff.
What?
All you want is for Mom's stuff to be gone from that house, right?
Well, yeah, but...
If that's the case, then I'll come and take her stuff.
Oh, is that so? I guess that's good timing then. I have no intention in providing money for any parasite. So you take care of your mother from now on.
What? You're going to let Mom live with me from now on?
Yeah. If you've got a problem with me kicking her out, then you can take care of her yourself.
I see. So I'm going to be living with Mom from now on, huh?
You see, you scolded me for kicking Mom out, but you yourself don't want to provide for her.
Yay! I get to live with Mom now.
Huh? Why do you sound so happy about it? You do realize that you're going to have to provide for her since she's unemployed, right?
Just shut up already, Renato. I can't even bother to explain it to you anymore since you clearly aren't listening to a word I say. I'll gladly let Mom live in my house, but don't come to me later saying that you actually want Mom to live with you, all right?
Why would I say that? Who would want to provide for a parasite?
Nice. So I have your promise then. I'm not going to take it back no matter what, all right? Oh, I'll come and get Mom's stuff this afternoon, so don't mess with it, all right?
This is not how I thought you'd react, but okay. It's not my problem. Besides, why do you sound so sure that I'm going to go and ask Mom to return later on anyway? What? You think I'm going to get lonely or something? Get real. Wow. So you seriously did take all of Mom's stuff with you?
What are you talking about? You're the one who kicked her out, aren't you?
Matea? Are you in your right mind?
Huh? What do you mean by that? Of course I'm in my right mind.
I mean, you're a housewife just like your mother, right? Besides, you've got a husband, right? Did you ever get your husband's permission to let Mom live with you guys?
Yeah, I told him about the situation. He was furious when he heard what you did to our mother, and he agreed instantly.
Oh, is that so? Tell this husband of yours it's none of his business.
Oh, and by the way, I'm not a housewife. I'm still working just like I did before getting married.
What? Really? Well, never mind then. We're just happy that there's one less mouth to feed now that Mom is gone.
I'm going to ask you this again, but are you sure you're not going to say you want Mom to come back later on?
Huh? I already told you I'm not. You're the one that should be making promises not to give me back Mom later on. Don't say later on that you actually don't want her at your house because supporting her is too expensive, all right?
Of course I won't say that. There are only good things that will come if we let Mom live with us.
Huh? What do you mean only good things? You'll have to pay for her expenses because she's unemployed, you know?
I think times are going to get tough for you two now that Mom is gone, but do your best with that unemployed wife of yours, all right? Because I know that you barely make any money and Mom's salary was the main source of income in that house.
Huh? But I already told you Mom doesn't have a job. Don't tell me you actually believed her when she said she worked from home or something, did you? Don't be fooled by her, Matea. She's just playing some sort of video game on her computer. Seriously, I'm worried about you, Matea. You're not thinking straight. Matea? I just wanted to check in. Supporting Mom is more expensive than you thought it was going to be, huh?
Not really, actually. It's the other way around, really. She's the one who's been helping us a lot.
What?
Until now, my husband and I split the housework between us, but now Mom's here to help us as well. Thanks to her, I can spend more time on work. She's been a real help.
Yeah, but even if she does the housework, she's just a money-eating parasite, right?
Seriously? You're still saying that?
What's your problem? All I'm doing is telling you the truth.
Mom isn't unemployed, you know.
Huh? I already told you she's just lying when she says she has a job, Matea.
No, she's not lying. And she doesn't play video games on her computer all day either. She just works from home like me. Mom's been using her expertise to help me with my work for 5 years now.
Huh? What do you mean, Mom's expertise? What do you mean she's helping you with your work?
Sorry, but I'm actually very busy right now doing said work. So bye.
Wait, hold on. Mom seriously had a job? Hey, Matea. About this expertise of Mom's that you told me about last time, did you mean that she was an expert on housework or something? And by her job, did you mean that you paid her to do housework and now you're hiring her as your maid?
Did you forget that Mom used to work at a movie production company? My job is video editing, so she's using her experience at her time working at the movie production company to help me.
Oh, so that's what you meant. Now that you mention it, I guess Mom did used to do something like that when we were kids.
Besides, there's no way I'd treat my own mom like a maid. I hope I'm wrong, but don't tell me that ever since you and your wife moved into Mom's house when Dad died 1 year ago. You've been treating Mom like a maid and making her do all the housework, have you?
Huh? I would never do such a thing.
Maybe you would never do such a thing, but what about your wife?
You see, my wife is actually a very busy person, so she doesn't have time to do the housework.
Seriously? But isn't she unemployed? Tell me, what in the world is she busy with?
My wife is a professional influencer on social media, and she says that it's very difficult work.
I see. A professional influencer, huh? It's no use lying to me, Renato. Mom already told me everything. Anyways, I'm still working, so bye.
Matea, I can't take this anymore. This is terrible. I know I promised I wouldn't ask you, but please give me Mom back. I'll come and pick her up today.
Huh? You can't just break your promises, Renato. Didn't you say yourself that you didn't want a money-eating parasite to have to provide for?
I was wrong. Let's just pretend that promise never happened. It doesn't count because if I had known Mom had an income, I never would have kicked her out. This is you and Mom's fault for not explaining it to us sooner. That promise was unfair since you knew that I was at a disadvantage. It just doesn't count anymore, so give her back.
But Mom said that she actually did explain to you that she had a job. And I myself recall explaining it to you several times, but you never seemed to understand what I was saying.
It's not that I didn't understand, I just thought that she was lying. Come on, Matea. I didn't know working from home was a thing people did now.
Yeah, she said that you just laughed it off and called her a liar, saying that you've never seen her do work. I heard that even before you kicked her out with only her wallet and phone, you would often call her a money-eating parasite.
I mean, she really didn't look like she was doing any work.
That's what you get for being so stubborn and unwilling to accept new ideas, Renato. You deserve everything that's happening to you. Apparently, it's been really rough for Mom ever since you and your wife barged into her home, moving in before Mom could even object.
What?
Yeah, she said that your wife literally never did any housework, and she would often bully Mom into doing what she said. Apparently, she was constantly sleep-deprived for a time because she tried to do both her job and the housework.
Well, I heard from my wife that she did all the housework and Mom just stayed in her room and did nothing all day.
She does work when she's in her room. Your wife is the one that does nothing all day. Your wife probably got used to that lifestyle, right? Tell me, what's the situation inside the house right now?
That's what I was trying to tell you. Ever since Mom left the house, it's been a literal dumpster. Whenever I take a step, I stir up a cloud of dust. And the floor is so covered in garbage that you can't even see it anymore. My wife never does the laundry as well, so we've been wearing the same clothes over and over. Not only that, but the only thing in our refrigerator is beer. And all we eat is either fast food or we order takeout or lunchboxes from the convenience store.
Oh, is that so?
Please, Matea. I know you can't see me, but I'm bowing to you on my knees right now while crying.
Why the hell would that matter to me?
It's fine if she doesn't live with us anymore, but at least let her come by and clean the house once in a while. I don't know, maybe 4 times a week or something? I'm not breaking my promise and she's not going to be living with us, right? Let's make a compromise.
Yeah, except you never had the right to ask for Mom to come back in the first place, so it is not a compromise. Besides, if Mom goes to and from our houses 4 times a week, she's going to collapse from overwork. It's also very expensive to get from your house to mine.
What? Come on, you're over-exaggerating. It only takes 30 minutes by car or train to get to and from our houses.
What? Didn't I tell you already? The 3 of us moved recently. We now live halfway across the country and we would need a 2-hour plane ride to get from our house to yours.
Huh? You moved?
Yeah. I remember I told you when we were visiting Dad's grave. I said that we were going to be moving to Sicily soon since my husband was relocated at his job. Jesus, Renato, I guess you really just have 0 listening skills.
Sicily? Where in Sicily?
I won't tell you.
Why not?
Because if I tell you, you might cause us problems.
Huh? I'm your brother. You can't talk to me like that. What do you mean I'll cause problems for you anyway?
Don't you realize that you're causing us problems right now by texting us? Oh, and I don't know, maybe you'd suddenly show up at our house one day and try to take Mom with you or something.
I would never do anything of the sort. I'm your older brother, Matea. Please. Tell me where you guys live, now.
I'll consider telling you once you 2 get your shit together and you're no longer begging Mom to come back. Oh, and by the way, Mom says that...
Oh, so she's willing to come to our house to do the housework after all?
No, she said that she sold the house, so you 2 need to move out by the end of this month.
What did you just say? But I inherited this house when Dad died. She can't just sell it.
I already told you several times that that's not your house, you dumbass. That house used to belong to Mom's parents, and Mom inherited it when they passed away. Which means that she's the owner of that house, not you.
But I'm the pillar of this family. I get to decide everything that happens in this house.
Just shut up already. I don't care if you're the fucking pillar of the family. Mom is the one who owns that house. I don't need to tell you this, but Mom was also the one who paid for the land tax all this time.
Tax? You have to pay tax if you own a house?
Yes. Mom can sell that house whenever she wants to. She says that she wants you two to go clean the house before you leave, since the new owners are going to be moving in soon.
What? You're telling me we need to clean this place up? This place is a dumpster!
If you don't want to clean it yourselves, then hire a house cleaning service, but you're going to have to pay for that yourself because we certainly aren't.
What? Seriously? How much does a house cleaning service cost?
Look it up yourself. Although judging by how dirty you say the house is, then it's definitely not going to be cheap. Well then, goodbye.
Hey, wait. You're not going to at least help us clean this place?
No thanks. Why would I want to do that? Bye. They had 1 month to leave Mom's house when me and Renato had our last conversation. Renato doesn't earn a lot of money and his wife is unemployed, so they decided to not hire a house cleaning service and just do it themselves. Somehow, they managed to clean the place up as Renato managed to get his wife to help, even though she refused at first. To be honest, I was a bit proud of them, since it seemed that all they needed was a motive, then they would actually do the work. But since they were so busy cleaning up, they forgot to do the laundry, and the uniform Renato wore to work started to seriously stink. Not only that, but Renato was also frequently late or absent to work. And when he made a serious mistake at his job, his company finally had enough of him and fired him. Also, apparently they only realized that they hadn't planned on where to go after they left Mom's house on the day they had to leave. Panicking, the two of them went to the job hunting center and managed to find a job that came with housing. However, this new job of theirs paid worse than Renato's last job. And it was also the kind of place where unpaid overtime was seen as natural. Unable to gather their wits and think up a plan to improve their lives, Renato and his wife slowly spiraled into a life as miserable as one could imagine.
Pasqua, something terrible has happened.
Hi, Alfonso. Aren't you supposed to be at work?
The company went bankrupt.
What? What in the world happened?
When I went to the company today, there was strangely a morning assembly held. The CEO came himself and told everybody that the company went bankrupt.
What? But did you hear anything about this prior? There was nothing wrong, right?
I thought there was nothing wrong as well. Apparently no one knew about it, but there were a lot of problems happening in the background.
I see. That's a shame.
I'm so sorry, Pasqua. How will I provide for you now?
Why are you apologizing? It's not like it's your fault the company went bankrupt, right?
Well, yeah. I had a lot of office work to take care of this week, so I just went to the office as usual and worked my regular hours. I guess I'm gonna have to find a new job next week. I'm glad we have some money saved.
Don't feel too bad about yourself. It's not like I don't work as well, so we should be fine for the time being.
Thanks. I wouldn't know what I would do without you, Pasqua. I'll tell you about it in detail when I get home.
Yep, got it. I'll make some of your favorite food for dinner today to cheer you up. Pasqua, did you hear that Alfonso's company went bankrupt? Are you home right now? Yes, I heard about it. It's quite unfortunate, but Alfonso couldn't do anything about it. It's just bad luck. And yes, I'm at home right now, in my room on our area of the house. What? What are you doing not working when your husband is in trouble? You should be ashamed as his wife. What? But I do work, actually. In your situation, people would think to find a job and work until at least their husband finds a new one. But I said I was working. I'm going to start work soon, too. How many times do I have to tell you? Just moving around your mouse and clicking your keyboard in the room is not going to make you money. I'm older than you, but I can still understand at least the fact that what you're saying is a lie. You're not actually working, are you? That again. But in today's age, people can actually earn money just by moving around your mouse and clicking their keyboard in their room. I know we share this house with you and your husband, but if you don't respect the fact that I work from home, then it's going to be quite an inconvenience for me. Please respect that I make money just like Alfonso does. You're lying again. Just shut up already and find a job, won't you? At least until Alfonso finds a new job. I said I already do have a job and it involves working in front of a computer. The bakery nearby is hiring employees, I saw. Why don't you go and apply? You make good apple pie, right? Sorry, but I've got deadlines that are approaching, so goodbye. Pasqua, I'm not messing around. Don't you feel like you have a responsibility to help your husband at least a little bit? You're a failure of a wife. Divorce my son immediately. I don't need a wife like you who's just a dead weight around the house. Besides, there are plenty of other women that Alfonso could marry. My son is both handsome and smart, so he'll find a new wife as soon as he divorces you. You understand that much? We don't need you here. I can't focus on my work when you keep sending me notifications like that. Unless you go and find a job right now, then I'm going to keep bothering you like this. I understand. Fine, I'm going to leave. What? What do you mean you're going to leave? I can't focus on my job, so I'll go somewhere else. Actually, I'll go to my parents' house since they understand that I work from home and respect that fact, even though they're the same age as you. I see. So you're going to return to your parents' house? Yes. I can't focus while I'm here because you keep bothering me. Fine. Then don't come back. I take this to mean that you're going to divorce Alfonso as well. All right. I'll tell him.
Pasqua? I just came home and you weren't here. Mom said something about you divorcing me, too. Just what the hell was she talking about?
I'm not divorcing you. I just left because I couldn't focus, since your mother kept bothering me, saying to find a job when I already have one.
Where did you go? You said you were going to be really busy today because you had multiple deadlines coming up, right?
Oh, yeah, I did have a lot of work to do today. I'm currently in my parents' house, by the way.
What? Seriously?
Sorry I didn't contact you sooner. I'll be back as soon as I'm done with work.
Jesus, Mother bothered you again with your work?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. She said something about how moving my mouse around and clicking my keyboard isn't going to make money, and to find a job because your company just went bankrupt and you're currently unemployed until you can find a new job. I just couldn't put up with the constant notifications she kept sending to me by text. So I decided to go to my parents' house since they're more understanding of the work I do.
Again, I'm so sorry about my mother. She has a very old-fashioned way of thinking.
Well, it's not like I'm not used to it by now. Anyways, I'll be here until I finish the work I need to do. I'll probably be there by tomorrow.
All right, got it. But I see. She's telling you to work until I find a new job, huh? I wonder what she's up to.
What's the matter? What do you mean, I wonder what she's up to?
Oh, nothing. I just thought it was strange for my mother to say such things when she herself barely does anything around the house. By the way, there's something very important I need to tell you. You see, one of the companies who mostly just works for our company also went bankrupt, and that company is where my father works.
What? So does that mean your father is currently unemployed as well?
Yep. Apparently he was told about the bankruptcy out of nowhere yesterday as well. I went to the job finding center today and the two of us ran into each other. I was surprised, but it was a bit awkward after that.
I see. That's really unfortunate. Hopefully your dad is able to find a new job soon as well. the whole family is in trouble now, I guess.
By the way, I think he's probably telling Mom about the bankruptcy right now.
Oh, so does that mean...
Yep, I guess we're gonna have to see how Mother reacts to it. After all, she has been a housewife ever since she got married. But she told you that the wife should support their husband by getting a job at times like this, right? I wonder if she's gonna stick to her own words or was just trying to bully you.
Pasqua, please answer my calls. There's something important I need to tell you. Would you please just come back to our house? Everyone in our family is now unemployed because apparently my husband's company also went bankrupt. I don't quite understand the work you do, but if it's true that you do make money, prove it by providing for me and my husband while he finds a new job. If you do that, I'll appreciate the fact that you do actually have a job.
Hello, Pasqua. I heard from Mom that she sent you some texts. She was saying something weird, right?
Yeah. She said something about I can prove that I actually have a job by providing for me and my husband. What happened to the wife supporting the husband in times like this? I guess she really was just being mean to me after all this time.
I'm so sorry about this. I know you're busy with work right now.
It's all right. I just finished with work, actually. I did the last few things I needed to do and read your mother's text 10 minutes ago.
I see. I guess I'm glad that you're finished with work, but I'm so sorry. I think we're gonna have a bit more problems concerning my mother.
What's wrong? Is she up to something?
Yes, she's heading to your parents' house right now, apparently.
What? She's coming to our house? What's she going to do to me now?
I don't know, but she said something about how she has to take you home to get Dad to forgive her. That wasn't really why Dad was mad, though. Dad got mad because she told you to support for the two of them. When she said herself that the wife should support the husband during times like this, but wants to just make you work for them. You don't have to open the front door for her, all right? Oh, and I think you'll probably be surprised when you see her, so I'll tell you in advance. My father got furious at my mom for not being understanding of your work, so he slapped her in the face with all his strength.
What? He slapped her in the face? Wow. He must have been really mad, huh? I've never seen your dad physically hurt your mom.
Yep, he was furious. I haven't seen him this mad since I was a child, but that's unrelated. I'm pretty sure that when my mother gets there, her face is going to be red and swelling.
All right. I'm not going to let her in our house then. I kind of feel bad for her that your dad slapped her, so I'll just leave an ice pack in front of the entrance.
All right, thanks, I guess. Just try to ignore her, all right? Don't let her inside the house no matter what. I don't know what she's going to do because she's desperate now.
I'm so sorry, Pasqua. I was wrong for saying that you didn't actually have a job. Huh? So you finally changed your attitude towards my job? You're not just saying that to make me trust you, are you? Of course not. I swear to God. I really do feel bad for saying that you didn't actually have a job until now. Forgive an old woman who knows nothing about gadgets, will you? It just looked to me like you were playing those video games like my son Alfonso sometimes does. Anyways, I apologize to you now, so can we go home? You didn't see it, but I even got on my knees. Oh, are you at our front door? I left an ice pack for you so you can use it to stop the swelling on your face. I can see you from the intercom, but that must have hurt really bad, didn't it? I feel bad that your husband hit you like that, so I left an ice pack on the front door for you to use. I already used it. I'm so thankful that you were kind enough to do something like this for me. So come out now, please, so we can go home. Why don't we just settle our differences there? I know. I'll make your favorite food for dinner. Oh, that sounds wonderful. But I'm not going to be going home yet, I'm afraid. Huh? You made me apologize on my knees just to say that you won't come home with me? But, mother-in-law, what you're saying and what you're doing are contradicting each other. Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean I'm contradicting myself? My husband said that too, but I didn't get what he was saying at all. You said that the wife should get a job and provide for the family until the husband finds a new one, right? But your husband is in fact currently in the process of finding a new job, but you didn't even think of getting a job like you yourself told me. Not only did you suddenly come to my parents' house to take me home, but you also told me to provide for you and your husband to prove that I actually have a job? Huh? But you already have a job of your own, and I'm just a poor old woman who hasn't had a job in over 30 years. I can't possibly find a job now, can I? Your husband was probably already mad when you made fun of my work like that and said I didn't actually have a job. But he was probably furious when you told me to provide for the both of you. Life isn't that easy, mother-in-law. People need to work to earn their place in this world. It seems that you had a pretty easy life as a housewife until now. But why not think of it like this? This is finally your chance to give back to your husband, who worked to support the two of you until now, even if it's only until he finds a new job. Nothing is going to change even if I return home, because it's your way of thinking that's wrong, mother-in-law. Huh? Do you realize what you're saying right now? You're telling me to find a job when I've been a housewife for over 30 years. Do you think that finding a job is just so easy? I think that's why you were probably slapped by your husband. You expect other people to do things when you yourself refuse to do it. Huh? What do you mean? Even if it is difficult to find a job, I think the fact that you're trying to find one is itself important. Fine. Just come home, will you? We can talk about it there. That's our biggest priority right now. Do your duty as your husband's wife and provide for us at a time of need like this. Please just go home already. Huh? What did you say to me? After I got on my knees and apologized to you? Your son Alfonso told me himself that I should just ignore you. I probably shouldn't have had this conversation with you on text, too. I mean, you have no intention of understanding after all. No, I won't allow it. I need to bring you home with me or my husband is not going to forgive me. That's not why he's mad at you. You really have no intention of understanding, do you? Pasqua, I'm sorry. I was wrong. So just come home and do what you always did in your room, all right? Please stop ringing the doorbell. You look like a crazy person right now. Do you want us to call the cops on you or not?
Hi, Pasqua. I think I found a new job I'm going to be getting. But there's something I want to ask you about before that.
Sure. What's on your mind?
I asked our former client to hire me out of desperation, and apparently they were short on employees in D-City. D-City is a bit too far away to go from our current home, so I think we're going to have to move if I get that job.
All right. Moving is fine with me.
What? That's it? You're just going to agree suddenly?
I mean, I work from home anyway, so it doesn't really matter where I live.
Oh, that's right. I guess what you say is true. But I was surprised because I didn't expect you to just agree like that.
Besides, I'm also glad that I won't have to live with your parents anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of my parents, there's something I want to tell you. My mom and dad got divorced.
What? Seriously? I know they got into a fight, but was Dad really that mad?
Dad gave Mom divorce papers he had already signed. Mom thought he was just bluffing apparently and signed it saying, "Turn it in if you want to." And so Dad went to the city hall this morning and turned them in.
I see. So your dad must have been really mad with your mom, huh?
Oh, and there's something I want to ask you relating to that as well. Could we let Dad come with us? Of course, Mom wouldn't be coming. And he's not going to live with us in the same apartment anymore. He's just going to live nearby.
So does that mean that your dad will be living on his own?
Yep, don't worry about him. He seems to be looking forward to being single again. He can take care of things on his own. So no need to worry about that as well.
Is that so?
If you're fine with Dad, then I'm going to tell Dad to find a job in D-City as well.
Sure, that sounds like a good idea. Your dad is a great person after all. It looks like the three of us are heading to a brighter future.
Yep, thanks for agreeing. I'll go and tell Dad about it then. I'll contact you later, all right?
Yep. See you later, Alfonso. Hey, Pasqua! What? Is this Alfonso's mother? Hello, mother-in-law. What do you mean, hello? How can you just calmly reply to me like that? Where the hell did you guys go? What are you going to do if I tell you? I heard that you went to your parents' house after you got divorced from your husband. Huh? What do you mean, what am I going to do? Why can't I come to where you guys are? Alfonso is my son and you're his wife, so that means I'm your family. I thought my husband had calmed down already, so I decided to come back home when... Oh, yeah. Your ex-husband said that he was going to sell the house. You see, the three of us moved. Me, your son, and your ex-husband. What did you say? Why in the world didn't you tell me anything about this? Oh, sorry, I guess we forgot to tell you. As for Alfonso and his father, I don't know. Don't ask me that. Where did you guys move? That's private information, so I'm not going to tell you. Besides, you're probably just going to come here and bang on our doors just like you did at my parents' house last time. Oh, so does that mean that it's nearby? Let me guess. You guys moved to the town next to ours. Just tell me, or else. Or else? Sorry, mother-in-law, but you can't do anything to us anymore. Oh, I almost forgot. What is it? There's no reason for me to keep you unblocked anymore, right? I only kept you unblocked until now because I was afraid as to what you might do if I completely shut you out. But now that we moved to where there's no chance of you finding us, I guess that doesn't matter anymore. Huh? What in the world are you talking about? What? So are you going to block me now or something? I'm your mother-in-law. That's family. Are you really going to be that cold of a person, Pasqua? Sorry. I'm just not a very kind person. Okay, I'm going to block you now. Goodbye, mother-in-law. I don't know if we're ever going to see each other again. Pasqua, wait! What do you mean you might never see me again? But what about my son Alfonso? My son! Who knows? Maybe your son will be a bit kinder than me and forgive you in the future. But as for now, he says he doesn't want to see you anymore. Sorry. I told Alfonso and his father I got a text from my mother-in-law. I showed them our conversation. Apparently, they found my replies hilarious. LOL. Quite a bit of time passed after that, but I heard from an acquaintance that even though my mother-in-law went home to her parents' house after she got divorced, she refused to do any work and just laid around all day. So her parents, now in their 90s, kicked her out. Now that she couldn't even go back to her parents' house, which she thought she could go back to anytime she wanted up until then, she truly had nowhere left to go and had no choice but to get a job and provide for herself from now on. She visited the job finding center and found a job that, although was not that high paying, came with housing. But her personality is still the same as always, so it was no surprise when we heard that she was always just alone at work or at home. But since she herself doesn't understand why people are always avoiding her, she probably isn't going to be changing anytime soon and will remain alone. Me and Alfonso, on the other hand, went back to our lives, which for obvious reasons were more peaceful than it had been before. Alfonso's father seems to be getting by as well. He was able to find a job fairly quickly and is now even the proud owner of a dog. Sometimes we see him taking a walk with his dog in the neighborhood, and he always greets us with a smile on his face. I kind of feel sorry for Alfonso's mother, but it looks like her husband is enjoying his new life without her.
Mauricio, there's an emergency.
Huh? What is it, Ambra? I'm still working here.
There was a small girl that was left in front of our front door. Do you know something about this? I asked her who sent her here, and she said you did.
Oh, yeah. That's my nephew, Savina.
Huh? Your niece?
Yeah, she's my sister's daughter. She's 3 years old.
What? Your sister had children?
Huh? You didn't know? She went on a business trip abroad one time and met a Japanese man there. She had a child with him, but since the man was already married, she's raising the child on her own. My sister is one of those unmarried mothers, you see.
What? This is my first time hearing this.
Huh? Didn't I tell you about it before?
No, I don't think you did. Because surely I would have remembered something like that. Besides, she lives so far away, our wedding half a year ago was the first and last time I've ever seen her. I don't even know her contact information.
I see. Sorry, I thought that I had already told you. My bad.
Why are you saying that like this isn't a big deal? So why has her child been deposited at our front door like this then?
She hasn't been deposited. I got her from my sister and I left her there at the front door. You say that like I did something wrong.
Huh? Well, you kind of did do something wrong. You just left a child at our front door without even telling me about it in advance. Hold on. Don't tell me you intend on making me take care of her, do you?
Sorry, I must have forgotten to tell you about it. I could have sworn I did, though. And actually, I did intend on asking you to take care of her for me. My sister's going to be going on a vacation abroad for a month starting today. She says she wants you to take care of her child.
1 month? She can't just leave me with her child because she wants to go on vacation? That's not very responsible parenting. You know that I have work as well, right?
That's why I asked you to take care of her in the first place?
Huh? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you want me to take care of a child because I had work?
You now work from home since there were some new reforms at your company recently, right? If you're at home all day, that means you can take care of a child.
What? Are you thinking straight right now? Even if I'm at home all day, I still have to do just as much work as I did when I went to the office. I'm actually quite busy, you know?
I mean, it's not like anyone's supervising you. So you could just not do your work for a bit and see to the child now and then, right? That should be really easy for you.
What are you talking about? What in the world made you think that this was going to be easy for me? There's no way I can just not do any work and take care of this nephew of yours instead.
Stop whining, Ambra. What are you gonna do? Just ignore her and let her starve? Anyways, what is Savina doing right now? I assume you already let her in her house?
I opened the door thinking it was a delivery, and she just let herself in before I could even react. She got on the sofa and fell asleep immediately. I'm using this opportunity to contact you like this right now.
You see? If you've got time to contact me like this, then you've also got time to be doing your work instead.
But that's not what I'm trying to tell you. I'm currently very busy with work, and I can't just leave the computer every now and then to check on this child.
Come on, Ambra. Just tell the people at your company that you have to go to the bathroom or something. They won't know, right? Oh, by the way, my sister gave me a memo containing basic information about Savina. It says she has no allergies, so you can let her eat anything she wants.
But I haven't agreed to take care of her yet.
So you're just gonna kick her out of the house or something? Come on, Ambra, don't be so selfish. She's just 3 years old after all. Oh, I forgot to tell you. You see, I'm going on a business trip from today.
What? You're going to be gone for a month as well? And you're the one who thinks I'm being selfish?
Yeah. All I'm doing is asking you for a little favor, and you're making such a big deal out of it. Just say you don't want to because it's too much of a hassle if that's what you're thinking.
It's not that I'm too lazy, but I literally don't have the time to take care of a 3-year-old child and do work as well. There are only 24 hours in a day, you know.
Jesus, Ambra, stop whining. There are people who have it harder than you know. Single mothers, including my sister, have to do this all the time. They'd probably laugh if they could hear from you right now. To tell you the truth, you weren't even my sister's first option. She wanted to get our mom to take care of her, but apparently she's really busy this month, so she couldn't. That's why we're counting on you instead, Ambra. Just do your duty as the wife, all right? And don't bother mom with this, all right?
Are you being serious right now? You're telling me to take care of a 3-year-old on my own? I don't care if single moms do this stuff all the time. They have my respect, but I just can't. I don't even have any experience raising children.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure you'll do fine, Ambra. I know it might seem difficult, but you just have to get used to it.
Don't say that like it's so easy. It's not you who's going to be taking care of her, but me.
Well, now you're just being selfish. All right, I'll leave the rest to you then.
Jesus, what are all of you thinking? Both you and your sister aren't in your right minds. Maurizo? It's been 2 weeks since you just left me with this niece of yours, but don't you think that you could have checked on me by text at least once? Seriously, not only do you suddenly leave me with your niece, but you don't even text me after that? Isn't that a bit too selfish? I told my company about what happened, and they let me have a bit more free time from work, but business is really busy right now, and I can't just continue ignoring my work like this. I'm already busy enough as it is taking care of Savina. I'm not even sleeping properly anymore. I'm at my limit, Maurizo. I wonder if your mother can't come and help me? I know that she has to get on a plane to come here, but my parents have already passed away, so I can't exactly rely on them. Maurizo, I can see that you're not even reading these texts. Just what the hell is going on with you? Ambra, I heard that you were hospitalized. Are you all right? Can you even text? I thought that you couldn't answer the phone while you were in the hospital room, which is why I decided to text you without even thinking. Long time no see, mother-in-law. It's all right, I can text just fine. Ambra! Where did you hear I got hospitalized from? You entered my phone number as the emergency contact number at your company, right? You put mine instead of Maurizo's since you knew that he was often busy and wouldn't be able to answer the phone, right? I think you told me yourself before that you would put my phone number as the emergency contact number. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I heard that you collapsed from overwork. What in the world happened? You see, I was made to take care of a 3-year-old on top of having to work from home. A 3-year-old? Like a child of a relative or a friend? No, your granddaughter, apparently. She's your daughter's child. What? I heard from Maurizo that you were really busy this month, but I can't do this on my own anymore. Would you please take care of your daughter's child for me? Maurizo says that since I work from home now, I can easily take care of a child while doing work since no one will notice if I leave the computer. But that's not how it works. I tried to tell him, but he wouldn't listen to me. It doesn't matter whether I'm working from home, I still have to do just as much work as before. I don't even have any experience raising a child, and yet I was suddenly made to take care of a 3-year-old for 1 month, and an active one at that. I can't both work and raise a child at the same time, at least not now. I know your daughter does exactly that all the time, but I'm afraid I can't do the same. I mean, the fact that I was hospitalized due to overwork is proof of that. I've already reached my limit, mother-in-law. What? Hold on, Ambra. What do you mean my daughter both works and takes care of a child all the time? But my daughter is still single and has no children. What? Just where did you get that information from? Maurizo told me that his sister met a Japanese man while abroad on a business trip and had a child with him. But this man was already married, so she's raising the child on her own as an unmarried mother. First of all, that's impossible. It's true that my daughter went on a business trip abroad once, but ever since she returned 1 year ago, she's been living with me at our old house. And I think I would have known if she was pregnant during that time. Not to mention that this child of yours is 3 years old, while I'm pretty sure my daughter was in the country the whole time around the period she supposedly got pregnant with a Japanese man abroad. I'm afraid I don't have any grandchildren. Really? Then who's this child I've been taking care of for the past month? I don't know, but Maurizo lied to you and hid the true identity of that child. Oh, speaking of which, who's taking care of the child now? If you're currently at the hospital, then you must have handed her over to someone else, right? Oh, yeah. My colleague and her husband are taking care of her right now. I see. All right, I'm going to come meet you right now. I know that you can't contact Maurizo since I tried calling him as well, but he wouldn't answer. If there's no other relative you can rely on, then I have to come and help you, right? I need to get on a plane, so it will already be dark when I get there, but make sure to get some rest before then. We also need to figure out just who this child Maurizo left you with is. Mother-in-law? I know you probably didn't contact me until now since you knew I lived really far away, but you really needed to tell me about this sooner, you know? Maurizo told me not to contact you because you were really busy this month. But I agree, I should have told you sooner. Thank you for helping me.
Hey, Ambra. I just got home. Jeez, sorry I wasn't able to contact you for so long. You see, the fact that I was manually using the office smartphone my company gave me while I was on a business trip is the main reason I couldn't contact you. But I was also just so busy, and I completely forgot to charge his phone the whole time I was here.
Hello, Maurizo. I saw those texts you sent Ambra just now. Please don't contact Ambra anymore. I'm the one you're going to talk to.
Huh? What is it, Mother?
You see, your wife was hospitalized because she collapsed from overwork.
She was hospitalized? Wait, are you with Amber right now? What in the world is happening?
I got a call from Amber's company saying that Amber was hospitalized, since she had my phone number as the emergency contact number. I went to her immediately, and now I'm taking care of her until she recovers.
What? Seriously?
Maurizo, you little punk. You knew that Amber was the type of person that didn't like relying on others and tried to do everything on her own, and you used this to your advantage, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about, Mother.
She suddenly lost her parents in an accident when she was still in high school, and since then she was forced to live on her own. This probably has something to do with how she often refuses to ask for help from others and puts too much pressure on herself. But while this would often help her achieve excellence in her studies or work or whatever, this time it was her undoing. Along with having to work, she now had to take care of the 3-year-old you suddenly pushed on her. And a few days earlier, she finally collapsed from overwork.
I had no idea that was happening. So does that mean... Does she know that Savina isn't actually my sister's child?
Yes, I told her. Apparently, you said to her that I was very busy, but you did this so that she wouldn't contact me, right? Because if she had, she would have found out that your sister never actually had any children.
Seriously?
That child, Savina, was it? Is the child that was born between your ex-girlfriend from high school and her husband that she divorced, right?
What? How do you even know that?
Because Savina looks exactly like your ex-girlfriend. I used the information network made between the parents at your high school and contacted your ex-girlfriend's mother. She told me everything about it. She even came to take Savina off of Amber's hands. Savina's now being taken care of at your ex-girlfriend's parents' house.
Really?
Let's get back on topic, shall we? You got back together with this ex-girlfriend of yours from high school, didn't you, Maurizo? Which means that you betrayed Ambra and cheated on her.
Yeah, but...
Not only that, but you used your 1-month business trip as cover to go on vacation with your ex-girlfriend. Not only that, but you made Ambra take care of her child so that you two could go on vacation, telling her that it was your sister's child. Honestly, I'm ashamed of myself for having raised such a son, as much as I'm sorry for what Ambra had to go through.
Mother, I know that you're mad, but you're going to side with me, right? I mean, it's only natural for the mother to side with her son, don't you think?
What in the world gave you that idea? Obviously I'm siding with Ambra. Why would I side with a man who not only cheated on his wife, but also tricked her into taking care of the other woman's child? You being my son makes it hurt even more.
Why? Don't you love your own son?
Not anymore, I don't.
But...
Clearly I've failed at raising children. That was my responsibility, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to do a better job with you. But I'm going to make up for it by punishing you with my own hands.
Huh? What do you mean, punish me?
Where are you right now, Maurizo?
At our house? Why'd you ask?
Just stay put there for a little bit longer, okay? You'll only make it worse if you try to flee.
Huh? Hold on. Just what do you plan on doing to me? What exactly should I be fleeing from? Mother, I was forcefully dragged into a black van by a bunch of muscular men.
Oh, so they're letting you text? Wow, so I guess they're a lot kinder than I thought they were.
Yeah, they let me use my phone when I said that there was something I wanted to ask you. Just who are these people exactly? And why do they seem to know you?
You know the Iwanami Construction Group, right?
What? Isn't that the place where degenerates are sent to be reborn into upstanding citizens? My sister used to work there as one of the managers, right?
Yes, they're going to make you do hard labor as a way to repent for your sins. You already know that your sister used to work there and that the current CEO is a friend of hers, right? I asked her for a small favor, and now they're going to... Well, you know what they're going to do.
Huh? What exactly are they going to do to me?
You'll find out soon enough. Until you're reborn into an upstanding citizen, I won't let you step foot in our house.
No! Not the Iwanami Construction Group!
It seems it was perfect timing when I called in the Iwanami Construction Group to pick up my son because he got fired from his previous job. Apparently, he's taken his ex-girlfriend with him on business trips multiple times already, and he was fired for it when the company found out. Ambra was able to leave the hospital in about a week. She divorced Marizo and at the same time made both him and his ex-girlfriend pay her an alimony. It seems that it was a bit more expensive than the regular rate, since not only did Marizo cheat on her, but he also made her take care of this other woman's child, causing her to ultimately be hospitalized from overwork. Marizo's ex-girlfriend didn't have the money to pay the alimony, so she was sent back to her parents' house. Her parents paid the alimony for her, and she now works day and night trying to pay back the debt she owed her parents. My son, on the other hand, was sent to the Iwanami Construction Group like previously mentioned. He's going to be paying the alimony he owes Ambra bit by bit from the salary he earns there. The Iwanami Construction Group is famous for being able to turn degenerates into upstanding citizens, no matter how rotten they are. So I only hope that I will one day be able to proudly welcome my son home again. Hello, Melissa. Long time no see. You're already 26 years old already, right? It's already been 15 years since I last saw you, huh? Time really flies fast. Who is this? What? I don't remember sharing my contact information with anyone recently, so I don't even know who you are. Could you please introduce yourself first? Oh my! You don't recognize me! It's me, Santina! Huh? Your mother, Santina! Oh, so that's what you meant when you said it's already been 15 years. How did you get my contact information? I got it from a classmate of yours. It was really difficult finding someone that knew your contact information, you know. I went through so much trouble. So, once we meet again, I want you to repay me for my troubles. Huh? What do you mean, once we meet again? Are you actually being serious right now? I don't remember ever telling you that I wanted to meet you again. My, you watch your language, Melissa. But I'm going to let you in on a secret. I know that you and your husband built a new house that would fit 2 families, since you were planning on inviting me to live with you. Huh? Did you hit your head or something? Where did you hear that nonsense? You just got married recently, and you're going to be moving into this new house of yours, right? To think that you didn't even tell your mother that you were getting married. What's your problem, Melissa? If you're thankful that I gave birth to you, then let me live with you in your new house. I know what you're up to, Melissa. You were planning on inviting me to live with you in your new house as soon as possible. But you didn't know where I was and how to contact me, so you were a bit worried, right? I was kind enough to come to you myself, so prepare a room for me, all right? Well, it seems like you haven't changed, Mother. You still only think about yourself, just like you always did. Why in the world do you think that we'd let you live with us? You're the last person I would want to live with, Mother. What? Why are you being so cold to me, Melissa? Don't tell me you're still mad about what happened 15 years ago, are you? I really did feel bad for you, but it's not like I just decided who I fall in love with. Seriously? Do you think that I'm going to believe that nonsense of yours? I might have believed it if you had ever showed me even a bit of motherly love, but no, you never did. Or maybe if you had came to see me even once after you left, but you never did that either. Didn't you once tell me that I was just an accident and that you only married Dad because you had no one else you could rely on to help support the baby? Yeah, no thanks. We don't want you here. Jesus, either you're delusional or seriously just that selfish if you really thought that I'd let you live with me after all these years. Oh my, I didn't know you grew up to become such a rude woman, Melissa. You sound just like your father, always making it seem like it's me who's the problem. Besides, your mother lives in the province and tends to the fields that has belonged to her family for generations, right? I heard that a few years ago her adopted child passed away, and so she also needs to stay there in her hometown because no one else will watch over his grave. Where in the world did you get this information? You see, one of my ex-boyfriends was a private detective. I did him a favor, if you know what I mean, and in return I asked him to do a bit of investigation for me. Looks like that part of you hasn't changed as well, Santina. You're still as free with men as when you left me and Dad. Yeah, say whatever you want. I'm not going to force myself to be miserable because society says you can only have one partner. I never believed in that bullshit. Anyway, your mother-in-law can't leave her hometown, but yet you built a house large enough to house 3 generations of a family. That must mean that you were going to invite me to live with you, right? Besides, it's only natural that the parents live with their children. Now that you're married, you're probably a lot more financially stable now, meaning that you have a duty to let me live with you. Could you please stop making so many assumptions? All of what you just said is wrong. I don't even consider you as my own mother. Don't come to us no matter what. But I'm already at your front door. Mother-in-law, I'm sorry, but there is something urgent I have to tell you right now. Oh, hi, Melissa. What in the world happened to cause you to panic like this? I thought you and Luis were on your way home from your honeymoon. You said that you turned in your marriage papers at the city hall at your destination. Was there a problem? No, it's not that. There was nothing wrong with the marriage papers. Yes, just a few minutes ago, I got a text from my mother, Santina. Your mother, Santina? You mean the one who left you and your father 15 years ago and you haven't talked to ever since? Yes. Apparently, she hired a private detective and did some investigation on us. She knows that we built a house for 3 generations of a family and she intends to move in with us. She says she's already at the front door. What? Hold on, let me check. Jesus, there really is a woman at the front door. To think that something like this would happen on our first day as a married couple. We built that 3-generation house for you and your husband to live with us, not for her. I was sure that I would never see her again. I'm truly sorry for my mother's actions. Don't apologize for your mother's actions. It's not your fault that she's a selfish narcissist. All right. Why don't you first send me screenshots of these texts your mother sent you? I understand. Oh, and please tell your mother that she's welcome to live with you, but don't tell her my name. What? Mother-in-law, are you seriously going to let her live with us? She's going to cause us a whole load of trouble if we let her do that. It's all right. I don't actually intend on letting her live with us. I just have a plan. Just let me handle your mother. You guys don't worry about it and just come home safely. All right. Be careful as well, mother-in-law. Who knows what she might do to you? About you moving in with us. I talked with my family about your request, and they said that there was something they wanted me to tell you. Oh, what is it? Of course you can live with us. they said. What? Really? And here I was expecting that I would meet a little more resistance. So you admit that you thought you weren't going to be welcome here? All right, then, I told you what they wanted me to say, so goodbye. Yeah, say whatever you want. It doesn't matter now that they're going to let me live here. Just let me in the house already, will you? To think that you would text me just to tell me I was welcome to live with you after all the terrible things you said to me. I guess children always come back to their mothers no matter how old they get. Hey, Santina. It's been 8 years since we had our reunion, right? We exchanged contact information then, and I kept it for some reason, but to think that it would become useful at a time like this. Huh? You don't recognize me? It's me, Caligera. What? Caligera? Long time no see, ma'am. Don't call me that. I'm not a fucking gang leader anymore. So, do you know why I'm texting you right now? Huh? How should I know? Would you like to tell me? It looks like you're at the front door of my house for some reason. I can see you from the window. Huh? But the house I'm in front of right now belongs to my daughter and her husband. You see, they said they were going to let me move in with them today. How do you know I'm at someone's front door? You don't understand. This house was made to fit 3 generations because me and my husband are going to be living here with our son and daughter. What? Hold on. Could it be that Melissa's mother-in-law is... Yes, it's me. What? Seriously? But I heard that Melissa's mother-in-law couldn't leave the province because she had to tend the fields that has belonged to her family for generations, and also had to watch over her adopted son's grave. Oh, you said something like that to Melissa as well, right? I had Melissa send me screenshots of the texts you sent her, you see? You've been misinformed, Santina. This ex-boyfriend/private detective of yours did a lousy job. What? He didn't do his job properly? And to think that I had done him a favor. Please, I don't want to hear any of that shit. Oh, and it's not me who's currently in our hometown tending the fields and watching over my son's grave. It's my former sister's. Oh, and just so you do understand, that's not my son's grave in the first place. Huh? Oh, wait, what do you mean your former sister? You see, I moved out to that countryside when I was younger when my mom got married to a man there. But they always treated me like an outsider, and I was never really comfortable with the region's customs. I was an outcast there, and so when my mom got divorced with this man, I returned to the city. After that, you know what happened. I went to that rotten high school of ours, and I became the leader of the school gang, which you were also a part of. Don't remind me of that, but I don't understand. You said that you were an outcast back in the province, but you suddenly came to a high school in the city and became a gang leader? What was with the sudden change of character? I don't know. Maybe I just got sick of people looking down on me and wanted respect. Well, if I'm being honest, I'm ashamed of what I did as a teenager now that I've grown up. You see, after I graduated, I decided to disinvolve myself from the gang and get an honest job. I got married and had children, and now one of those children just got married. I'm going to be living with them in this new house of theirs, but I already told you that. This is completely different to what my ex-boyfriend told me. Yeah, but that just means he didn't do his job properly. Nice private detective you got there, hun. So what do you want to do? What? You want to live with us, don't you? That's what you told Melissa, right? I'm the one who had Melissa tell you that you were welcome to live with us. What? You're really just going to let me move in with you like this? Of course. Oh, and you're not going to move in with me, but with Melissa and her husband. It's their house, not mine. If you do move in, though, your room is going to be in me and my husband's side of the house. As a parent of the married couple, of course. You see, I'm the one who's going to pay for the loan that they needed to take to have this house built. Really? But I thought you said it was their house. It is. I just said I was going to pay for it. You see, I'm the one who suggested that me and my husband live with the two of them, so this is my way of paying them back for agreeing. You won't believe it, but I actually run my own business, so I earn enough money to easily pass the loan screening. If you want to live with your daughter, then surely you're going to have to accept the same conditions as I did, right?
What do you mean by the same conditions?
I mean that if you're going to live here, then you're going to have to pay for the loan with me.
What?
I mean, it's not like I don't have the money, but it's still really helpful if somebody just appears out of nowhere and pays for half of it, you know?
That's impossible, I'm afraid.
Impossible? What, did you intend on just living here for free?
I don't have a job, you see. I couldn't help pay off your loan even if I wanted to.
What?
That's why I was planning on moving in with my daughter and her husband and have them provide for me instead.
You're joking, right, Santina? Don't tell me that you were just trying to leech off your child, were you? As her mother, that is simply just too embarrassing, even for someone like you. Not only that, but you just appear out of nowhere for the first time in 15 years after abandoning her and her father? Surely you must have been joking, right, Santina?
Actually,
Yes, you were clearly joking, right?
Yes, I was just joking.
I knew you were just joking. Seriously, you're hilarious, Santina. I mean, what kind of degenerate would attempt to leech off her daughter that she abandoned after 15 years of ignoring her? All right, good conversation. Why are you still at our front door? Is there something else you wanted to tell me?
But my daughter said that I was welcome.
No, I said that. You're welcome if you're going to pay for the loan just like I am. But you said yourself that that was impossible, so I'm afraid you're not welcome anymore. Oh, and if you do something to my adorable daughter-in-law, just know that I won't forgive you for it. Do you understand?
Yes, but, actually, goodbye.
Okay then, bye, Santina. Nice seeing you again. Mother-in-law, we just arrived at the station. What happened to my mother? She already went home.
What?
I told her that I was the one who was going to pay for the home loan. I said that if she was going to be moving in, then it must mean that she was going to pay off the loan with me, and that I was so grateful for it. That's when she panicked and fled. You see, Santina's the kind of person that easily backs off when she sees that she's not going to benefit from a situation. I see. I think I know what you mean. But I'm impressed. Father-in-law said that my mother was your servant back in high school or something, but it looks like that was true. He told you that, but I told him to keep it a secret. I assure you, Melissa, I'm not proud of the person I was back in high school. I've put it all behind. Anyways, I think I know where she got the stuff about me tending fields in the province or protecting a grave or something. So I told her about that as well, and I assured her that it wasn't me. That's my former sister-in-law, by the way. Oh, and it won't do if you run into her on your way home, so take a taxi, all right? Okay, I understand. I doubt she's going to bother us again, seeing how scared she was, but tell me, just in case she does bother you, all right? I will. Thanks for your help. By the way, I bought these roll cakes you like from the department store. Oh, thanks. I also bought you something. Coffee beans grown in the place we went to, because I know you love coffee. Oh, thank you. Why don't the four of us sit down for a snack once you two get home? All right, mother-in-law. On my way home in the taxi, I saw someone that looked like my mother on her way to the station. She was wearing these really flashy clothes and was walking so fast that it was obvious she wanted to get away from our house as soon as possible. My mother-in-law told us about what happened when me and my husband got home and the four of us sat down for some cake and coffee. It seems like this isn't the first time my mother-in-law has saved the day, and her face went red when my father-in-law told us about other such episodes. Apparently, a few days later, my mother appeared at our old house where the three of us used to live. It seems like she thought that my father still lives there, and she spammed the doorbell shouting something about how she wanted to get back together. The woman who lives there now opened the door thinking it must be some sort of lover of the person who previously lived there. She screamed as well, and there was a huge fight, my mom getting multiple slaps on the face. The police were called to the scene, and my mother was forced to pay all sorts of alimonies and reimbursements or other such bills. After that, some relatives of hers grabbed her by the neck and forced her to return to her hometown in the province. She now works from day to night every day, as she was now in debt after paying off all those bills she had to pay.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.